The rain is pouring and the magpie is casting. Hello and welcome to a 1v1 battle. Playing today as the US forces spawning in the north, we have firejay007. Meanwhile, spawning in the south, playing as the Wermacht forces, we have Hama. And let's see, so the rifleman commander being picked straight away here for firejay007. He'll be able to call in those veteran riflemen, have that easy 8 in the later game. He's going to have access to flamethrowers for his infantry. He's going to have, I think it's the artillery flares that like reveal stuff. No, rifleman flares. Okay, so his rifleman squads can like reveal stuff. And the Woolly Pete barrage, which is pretty nasty. It's all good stuff. All good stuff. And Hama has access to a couple of my favorite commanders. Actually, well, yeah, these three are great. He's got the assault doctrine, which is pretty cool. He's got the what do you call this guy? Mobile defense. He gets the Puma command tank, Panzertac, Ostropen, and counterattack. And he also gets the elite troops doctrine. And he's even got the bulletin for the Tiger Ace. So either it's a cool double bluff, or he's actually going to use that. We'll kind of figure it out. And yeah, so the map today, Langreskya, classic map, nice close quarters, quite a bloody battle. We got a firejay here putting down some barricades here to stop his opponent using their side of the cover, pretty sweet. As I say, ever the mark of a higher level player that they remember to use this stuff. Look, he's even positioning his forces so they're like as far forward as possible to cap, and moves them away straight away. So firejay here had his coffee this morning. Maybe he's had a warm-up game or two. Maybe he's feeling it. Maybe it's all good in the neighborhood where firejay is from. And it's Major. Sniper reporting. Yeah, getting my arse out of here. And so we'll keep an eye on his kill count. I always like to keep an eye on the amount of headshots a sniper has reeled in during the game. So perhaps he's going to jump into this building, or maybe this building. There's no, he's just going to take a shot from here. Oh, he's going to find this building. It's kind of in the way, though. And some riflemen garrisoning this building, just putting on some pressure. I think, yeah, he's spotted the sniper, so this is a sniper who kind of wants to get out. Oh, I don't know about exchanging fire even here. I mean, the health on a sniper is a precious resource. Is he just going to... Seems like he's able to whittle this squad down, actually, from within the safety of the building. These riflemen again get right up in his face. Wow. Actually, there's going to be an opportunity here for a squad wipe on this rifleman. We'll see the final sniper round. I think he's gotten away with it. No, he hasn't! Oh, look at that. That is right on the limit of the range. Oh, my goodness. So, anyway, the battle continuing. Seems like the Wermacht player here, Hama, has got this pretty well stitched up. He's... where's his sniper? Oh, it's still in this building. I thought he lost it there for a second. I saw him pop out and then he disappeared. He needs to fall this sniper back. I don't like this. Well, he's a better player than I am. This is a pretty bold micro here. Wow. Okay, yep, fair enough. Yep, he's gotten that sniper out of jeopardy. Just chasing these rear echelon troops over onto the left flank with a squad of pioneers. Not much combat having gone down in the middle of the map, but a squad of grenadiers are about to have contact with these riflemen here. And the sniper and another squad of grenadiers coming in to back him up. And these riflemen are going to shred the grenadiers at this range. And yeah, okay, so there comes the fallback. And not a second too soon, I think. Sniper is now up to 8 kills, and that seems to be the number you need, approximately 8 or 9, depending on whether you've been picking off rear echelons or riflemen, in order to get that first level of veterancy. So he now has access to the incendiary round, which is costed quite a lot of 45 munitions, but you know, sometimes you just kill 3-4 dudes with it, so it's a pretty cool ability. And, I think Hama here getting the better of the early game. He's not really ahead on tickets or anything, but a lot of these fights have been going really... Oh! No! Oh, another squad of riflemen wiped by the sniper. Oh, that's just brutal. And yeah, if we look at the top left and top right of the screen, we see here 3 squads of riflemen, albeit 2 with 2-star veterancy, is pretty cool. Versus 4 squads of grenadiers, that sniper, and of course the pioneers who you start with for the Wermacht. So the opening exchanges, I think firejay being a little unlucky. We'll see where he spends his fuel and see what tech choice he decides to go for after this. But you know, if those squads hadn't been shot by the sniper as they retreated, he'd actually have 5 squads right now, which is like nearly twice as much in terms of like resources. So an opportunity here though to get a squad wipe. Hama's attention wavering for a second, leaving that grenadier for just a little too long, I think, to fight the riflemen at that range, as 10 riflemen running into mid, forcing a fallback from the first squad of grenadiers in their path. Possible opportunity for a squad wipe here? No, I think this guy's going to be fine. And the sniper here just getting into a good position. I just wonder if we'll see the incendiary round. This would be a great time for it. Just to sort of whittle down the this push, really take a lot of wind out of the sails of the American infantry there. And a confident player here, a very wise player, once told me to attack where your enemy is not. And right now Hama has identified that his enemy is not on the right flank, so he's just dispatching a grenadier squad here. They're going to move on out and grab some points, maybe even grab this fuel point, which would be a pretty significant play just to deny that fuel to the American forces. The captain here is the tech choice for America, so he's going to have access to, he's going to get the anti-tank gun, the Pack howitzer, and the Stuart light tank. God, I'd love to see a Stuart on this map actually. A Stuart well micro. These grenadiers are in severe jeopardy, and there comes the fallback. This is a major. Now up to 13 headshots and over halfway to veteran C2. I'd really love to see him get some health back somehow. I know that the options are really limited for Wermacht unless you have a veteran squad to heal troops. He doesn't really have the manpower or inclination at this stage in the game to build a bunker and get that medical upgrade. This captain squad, if these grenadiers run through here, oh no, the captain's got like all kinds of Tommy gun. Yeah, he's pretty decent. Pretty decent is the captain when he gets up close with the Tommy gun. The American officers a little bit, there's kind of that little heroic aura around them, you know, sometimes they can like run through. Yeah, we do have a Stuart. Woohoo! Alright, so let's see what firejay is able to accomplish here with the Stuart coming in. Pretty natty camo scheme he's got there as well, I like it. Very nice, very nice, very much this season's Stuart here rolling on in. And able to marshal the right flank again is firejay, and also able to, for the first time in the game, well, for the first real time in the game, get a little bit of advantage on those victory points. And the Stuart getting stuck in here, finds itself some grenadiers in a building to attack. Not racking up that much veterancy, but just harassing them. Looks like we might have a squad coming in for the Faust here. Are we going to see a Faust? Yep, there's the Faust. Oh, and that's a damaged engine. But I don't think there's any actually stern or like, you know, hard anti-tank here for the American forces. So we're not actually going to see. Not actually going to see a chase. There's no pack gun. There's no Panzer Grenadiers. In fact, let's go and take a look at the teching for the Wermacht player. So, he has obtained Battle Phase 1. He's got the fuel for 2 if he just gets the manpower, but for just now he's decided to go for a pack gun. And that to me seems like the right choice. He doesn't really have the munitions floating to get the Panzer Schrecks on a squad of Panzer Grenadiers. And I believe there's a sort of semi-constructed object here, which I believe is mines. So I think he might have spent some munitions on those mines and then had to fall back mid-deployment. Anyway, the pack gun moving out now. I imagine we'll see it, like this doesn't seem like a bad position. From here it would like command this area, and you could also aim it to the left and cover this. So like somewhere here doesn't seem too bad. I don't particularly like this left flank for pack gun positioning because there's so much line of sight blocker. But a canny American player will know that and just send the Stuart around the side. Finally some medkits being used on the sniper as we have our first decent skirmish involving most of the troops, most of the forces for both of the teams. The pack gun in a great position to force the Stuart back, and it does so. Flamethrower upgrades on the rifleman though coming in to punish, and if they get this anti-tank gun, that's pretty much all the anti-tank for the Wermacht player. Yes, sure he can recrew it, but there might be a window for the Stuart to come in and do some damage. But they're not going to get the pack gun. There's a fallback coming out. The weight of fire from 3 grenadier squads and the sniper a little bit too much. And a lot of pressure on the munitions resource. Ever the way when you play as Wermacht, you never have enough munitions. But and he's building the medical bunker in his base. That's a wise choice. But yeah, not enough munitions even to get the LMG-42s on his grenadiers, which is you know, that's like a massive damage output for them. It's like one of the best things about playing as Wermacht. You get that really strong LMG-42 on your core infantry. So I'd really like to see him get that, especially as well, it'll give him a nice answer to these flamethrowers, because at the moment they can just walk through any amount of grenadier fire and start getting those flamethrowers off as the Stuart comes back into harass here. And the LMG-42, it like just gives enough weight of fire that like flamethrower squads are going to have to think twice about just walking straight up to you. You know, they might have to, I don't know, flank round, use some line of sight blocker, or, you know, outnumber you, whatever. Oh dear, the clustering on these infantry is quite a lot. Are they going to be able to out DPS this? No, I don't think so. Not with the Stuart coming in. Oh god, this squad of riflemen here doing work. Oh, but the Pack gun in a great position, and again warding off the Stuart, who's now down to low health. Oh, and there could be a squad wipe here. Oh, I feel like there will be. And the sniper again! Oh, he is Johnny on the spot with the squad wipes. Oh, sorry, GIGO. This is just, oh man. 3 squad wipes that I've seen him get. And I think, by the way, when he hit that guy, there was like a little flare and spark, and the munitions cost is low. So I think what he did there to guarantee a hit was use the incendiary round. Yeah, you can see the cooldown on the incendiary round. So that's a really interesting tip. I didn't know that. The incendiary round, I guess because you spend munitions on it, it has to be kind of like a semi-guaranteed hit. So if you see that last man running away and you want the squad wipe, you just hammer that incendiary round in. For somebody who's used Wermacht snipers for so long, I did not know that was a thing. That's really cool. That is, I have a lot more respect for this unit now. That's really cool. And a little quiet moment here as the American forces now in possession of an M1 anti-tank gun of their own. No armor yet coming out for the Germans. And do we see Battle Phase 2 coming out? No escalation to Battle Phase 2 yet. Floating 127 fuel, and still with the versatility of being able to choose his commander as Hama. And I'm really curious to see where he takes the mid game here. I just had a rifle grenade go off, but to no obvious effect. Flamer squad coming in here on the left flank, and this Pack gun is quite exposed. I'm not quite sure what it's doing here. I think it really wants to get back. The sniper also a little bit too close to these riflemen to contribute right now. Doesn't want to take a risk. Oh, I don't know about shooting from there either. Oh god, he's exposed. And he falls back immediately, going up to Veteran C2, and this American squad also getting promoted, so safe play from both players here. Managing this exchange, both taking what they can get out of it in terms of veterancy and enemy losses, but without risking too much of their own. And that was a mine. Hama is man on the spot with his munition spending. LMG 42s are for scrubs. It's all about the incendiary rounds, mines, and Fausts, buddy. This is really cool. And look how well he manages his squads as well. I'm not sure I've seen a single squad wipe onto the Wermacht forces. Maybe there has been one that I've missed somewhere, but he's pretty good. And I will say this for Wermacht. One thing playing as Wermacht teaches you is that you've got to babysit all your units all the time, because it can end in a heartbeat for these 4-man squads. And units as fragile as the sniper, who's kind of taking fire again, but forcing a fallback again. The quarter-ton ambulance coming out. Sorry, 3/4-ton ambulance coming out. Look at the camo on that. Yeah, sorry, I've just not seen this camo scheme before. It's pretty cool. So yeah, as good as the fights have been going, and if we look at the top, if we look at the balance of forces, again, it's kind of been going in the favour of the Wermacht player. But the victory points tells a different story. He's down by 103 victory, tickets now, and so that's something he needs to just keep an eye out. It's just a weakness he doesn't want to expose. He doesn't want to let that door open any further for the American player. So yeah, wisely committing his forces to secure the mid of the map. Just gonna have a little sip on my tea as we move into the mid game. Green tea today, the tea of choice for our caster Magpie 842. And a couple of squads of riflemen just making a poke on the left flank. Hopefully they're going to be able to deny this fuel point, and he is indeed moving straight for it. So critical to delay the tech of enemy players, and I think, yep, there we go, yeah. The escalate to Battle Phase 2 has occurred, so I wonder if we'll see that building, or if Hama's going to try and stick it out for Tech 3. Or indeed, if he's going to choose Commander and just use a call-in. The fact that he's gone to Battle Phase 2 at this timing tells me he's probably not going to pick Mobile Defense Doctrine. Seeing how he micros this fight. So he's got the blob of grenadiers just using their long-range KARs, where they are quite dominant, to do good damage. What's the level 2 veterancy? Advanced rifle training improves weapon accuracy. Oh, so cool. Combat experience increases squad survivability and weapon control while under fire. Cool. Oh man, I used to play as Wermacht all the time, and you can tell there might be my voice is kind of tinged with nostalgia. I do kind of miss playing as this team. I might have to go back and give it a go. But the main reason why I don't is I like to just add a bit of variety, and most of my friends play Wermacht, so yeah. But my time will come, maybe when the UK forces come out, and I think a lot of people are going to switch to playing UKF, so anyway. I'm rambling. Let's get back to the game at hand. So if we look at the map, a distractionary kind of force of harassment grenadiers here, just taking the fuel point, always really important. But to his credit, firejay is able to sneak a captain here onto this left-hand victory point, and if he can just get a squad onto the center victory point, he could open this victory gap up, ticket gap up a little more. Oh dearie me! The rifle grenade is fired.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Oh, I thought I heard a rifle grenade. Huh, maybe I'm wrong. The flamethrower is being used to really good effect. How much is that flamethrower upgrade anyway? 60 munitions. Yeah, seems reasonable. As the snipers, Major, moving out to capture this point on the left flank. A couple of squads here being able to use to force the captain back on the left flank. Again, not losing that one-man grenadier squad. Hama living up to the praise I bestowed upon him earlier. His squad management is really pretty decent. And grenadiers here forced to fall back again to these flamers. Just the DPS is real. And the M1 anti-tank gun, pretty much a prophylactic choice. I mean, he purchased it thinking the Axis player could have some armor coming out anytime soon. But we haven't actually seen that armor yet. So that unit has kind of almost just been a blank, actually. I follow the reasoning of firejay, and I myself tend to buy a pack gun if I haven't already got some AT, like at a certain point in the game when I feel like I could be kind of caught off guard by a tank. And yeah, he's made that call, but there hasn't been any armor forthcoming from the German player. In fact, his fuel has sunk again. It's because he's purchased the support armor core. So here we are going to see his choice of either the Stug, Panzer IV, or Ostwind coming out. Based on the battle conditions, he doesn't really need any anti-tank, not at the moment. I mean, we do have the Major out, and the Shermans are going to be a real thing for the American forces soon. In fact, he could even order a Sherman right now. But I kind of think, like, between the pack gun, the Fausts on his numerous and quite well-vetted grenadier squads, and he's got 2 pack guns, I kind of reckon an Ostwind would be quite a shady choice, actually. An Ostwind, well-managed, could do a number on all these veteran rifle squads, which represent quite a lot of investment in terms not only of just the manpower cost, but the 60 munitions for the flamethrower on each one. And an Ostwind does love popping a flamethrower. That is one of the things it does best in life. My teachers always told me, Magpie, they didn't call me Magpie, you got to do what you're good at in life. And like the Ostwind, you just don't fight your nature, you know, don't fight your nature. Don't really know where I'm going with this. I'm basically just trying to say Ostwinds are good at killing squads with flamethrowers, that's all. So yeah, anyway, the first Sherman about to come out. In fact, this is pretty shady. What I like, he could have purchased the Ostwind, he could have purchased Panzer IV, he could have purchased the Stug. He's chosen neither of them, and the reason he hasn't is because he hasn't seen how the American player has committed his fuel. So what he's doing is he is waiting to make the best counter choice, and that's really cool. Again, like another mark of a more seasoned, confident veteran player, just playing it safe, confident in his ability to outplay his opponent. And but there is a window here where the Americans have a Panzer IV. Okay, and I would love to see if he actually saw that Panzer IV, because there's some Sherman, because Hama is now buying a Panzer IV, so I don't think he saw it, but if he did, this is a really cool thing that he's going for the Panzer IV at this timing. Not entirely sure either way. There are some half-built mines here. Do half-built mines go off? I don't think so.
A capture point is under attack. What the hell? Where's that coming from?
And the Sherman pushing up. I believe there is a pack gun who does have it in arc, so he doesn't want to sit here trading for very long. Hama's force is fairly well entrenched in mid. These flamethrowers doing okay, but once these grenadiers get to the 3-star, they get that survivability upgrade, and we're kind of seeing that take some effect. That was another use of the incendiary round to get the squad wipe. Hama's pretty good at that, it's safe to say. It's quite good to watch as well. Here comes the Panzer IV. Is the MG42 upgrade coming? Not yet. And a woolly peat barrage here, and there we go. I saw it happen, Hama buddy, you lost a squad. They say Hama units never die, but we saw it here first. And a Panzer IV coming in here. It's not a Panzer IV, it's a Sherman. Sorry, a Sherman coming in here from the north. Gets Panzerfausted, and let's see if he's going to use the Panzer IV to hunt it. Sets it to anti-vehicle, or sets it to prioritize vehicle. And I wonder if he's going to pressure in the middle of the map, because there's an exposed AT gun, and he sees it with the sniper bringing a pack gun across. The Panzer IV is just going to relentlessly hunt this Sherman, and that's got to be it for the Sherman. That is what she wrote, surely. It's going to get one more shot. Oh, this Panzer IV is in jeopardy, actually. The M10, M1 anti-tank gun doing some work. Is it going to get the last shot? He needs to get that last shot. Now go! Oh, Panzer Tactician being used, so a commander being chosen at last.
Target destroyed.
And, wow, with that exchange, firejay says he's had enough. And taps out. And when you look at the amount of forces he has left, you can see why. He's down to well, one real combat squad of infantry, a 3/4 ton ambulance, and an anti-tank gun, which actually has actually isn't a unit because that's just the crewman running off the map. So congratulations to Hama. Pretty much a Wermacht masterclass there. That was really cool. If I see him in any other live games, I'm going to click on them and try and learn some more stuff and watch some good stuff. I hope maybe if we catch another game of his that it's a closer game. It's an interesting approach he has to the game, not paying too much heed to controlling the victory points, but really just marshalling the battlefield and using that incendiary round to. I mean, I saw that sniper kill 4 enemy squads, and I may have missed some off camera. I mean, to get 4 squad wipes with 1 unit using that incendiary round ability. Wow, that's really cool. Yeah, and just looking after the rest of his units, managing them really well, and like even towards the end here, using his munitions on a couple of LMG-42s, but not prioritizing them. Something I found really interesting. I always try to make sure that I have 120 munitions saved at that phase in the game where my where the research for Escalate to Battle Phase 1 just finishes, and then I dump that 120 munitions into 2 LMG-42s for my first 2 Grenadier squads, and then I use that to put on some early pressure with a half track. So for me, that's a real thing, and seeing a player going without the LMG-42s is enlightening. Yeah, something I might try. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. This is Magpie842 signing out.